All right, this week. Well, first of all, I hope you had a good spring break and either got something done or got some rest or something. I did a mix of both, but not much for here. So, this week we're going to talk about using blogs or vlogs. Oops, I don't know why that scooted down. And at least I got Screen Pal working again. So blogs, podcasts, and webinars. And you're like, what would I use that for? And please excuse my dogs; they're excited this morning. If you've enjoyed writing in the blog, that's kind of a cool way to share out information, and people can look back and find things that you wrote about and stuff. So if you have some kind of business or service, whatever that you do that you can share, like how to do things and or what's happening things or just like um, we have our brewery with lots of music and then the beer of course too, and we've been on blog or vlogs before, podcasts where people share information about what we're doing, or you could do a webinar where you train people how to do things. There's all kinds of good things. And so we work on this week, I want you to think about other people using this kind of stuff or other businesses or where you've been aware of it. And gosh, I'm just having tricky problems with my computer here. I'm going to make it wider. So there is a blog post, reasons for blogging. And a lot of it is, you need to enjoy writing. That helps a lot to be able to have a good blog. But, if you do something that's interesting and people, when you talk about it and get excited, or people get excited about what you're doing or are interested in what you do, it's a good way to share, And so when you write, you want to be telling your story or sharing your story. A vlog can be a video blog. You can have somebody videotape it and have people, watch it and stuff like that. We had an event at the brewery on Saturday this week, and it was streamed live all day long. So you could come, other people could watch it. They did, and it was a donation event, so people could donate as they're watching. They had a little QR code and all that you could donate to. So those are ways you can reach out to people, and it might not be something you do all the time. Blogging, yeah, maybe you want to do a little bit more often, and so people consistently look for it. But if you don't, and it's something you can just go, hey, well, I did this, check it out, because you can share that information on your Instagram or Facebook page or whatever pages you have going on. So it's another way to attract people and remind them that you're there and get them to come back. So, if you have to read that reason for blogging, um, write a post explaining how your business might be able to use a blog, a vlog, or a podcast to reach other people. Or, like I said, if you have things that you do that you want to help other people do it, they can be really short. It could be a little webinar. People could, you could get really good at it. People could sign up, because I know I get emails and hey, learn about this, and sign up. It's happening, blah, 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 whatever it is. So um, think about, also, I want you to think about personal touch, but how could these things work for your business, and how can other businesses use this technique to reach out to customers? And so kind of a variety, but I also want you to think about how you can add a personal touch. And that doesn't always mean, like sharing your life's story. A personal touch can be, showing kindness, understanding, humor. There's all kinds of ways, because a lot of times people think, well, how can like a mortuary show a personal touch? They need to be serious. Being serious is a personal touch too. That means that you're taking what's happening as a serious event, and you're understanding and kind. And because that's a lot what people need when someone passes away. They need some kindness and understanding and help to make through. And I know that when my dad passed away right before the pandemic, it was great to be able to go and um, talk to the people and help, like we knew he was going to pass away. So, they were so kind in there. So not necessarily a blogger vlog or anything like that, but there it was. They were very personable, kind, understanding. Those are ways that you can help or be, like I said, be personal add that personal touch to what you're doing. So these are things I want you to write about in the post. It's a lot of content. You can go from one end to the other, but think about the different parts of this. So it might be longer than five paragraphs this time, because kind of touch on all of them and share it, and don't, like I say, don't copy the content here and write them, but think about this when you are writing, how could I use this, what can I do it, and then say, hey, I can do blah blah blah, like you're talking to somebody. Because when when somebody says, how are you, you don't start with, how am I feeling today? You answer the question, and that's how you're talking. So when you're writing, blogging, whatever, people want you to talk the way that you talk. I mean, you want to sound like you understand and know your product, which you do, and that's why you're selling it, sharing it, whatever, because it's something that's important to you. Anyway, read this post. It's like another thing that's like example of how people use things in add a personal touch. A bank doesn't just stand there with a big pile of money. They show how somebody borrowed money, and they maybe buy a car, and they use the car for a while, and give it to their kid, and the kid uses it. So it becomes a story. It's more personable. Maybe you borrow money, they show sharing and starting a business, and how it's, maybe does a wonderful thing, or buying a house, they want to add that personal touch. It's all about how they reach out and connect with you. Yeah, they're making money off you, but they do it in a way, they sell their story by showing this is how we help people. So think about personal touch that way. And again, I hope you had a great vacation.